Have you ever wondered how some rooms have the power to make us happier and more joyful? That is the question that the author Ingrid Lee is trying to explore in her book Joyful, The Surprising Power of Ordinary Things to Create Extraordinary Happiness. And in today's video, I'd like to explore 3 of the 10 design aesthetics detailed in the book that have the power to make us more joyful. By the way, if you're new here, I'm Anna. I'm a licensed architect based in Europe, and in this channel I distill decades of architectural education and experience into small bite-sized lessons to teach you how to design your home. With this new book series, I share simple yet powerful ideas that mix psychology and home design to help you transform your living space into a source of comfort and happiness. Before I go into the 3 design aesthetics that I have selected, I would like to ask one of my favorite questions. Why? Why can the objects around us influence how we feel? Surely only we can influence how we feel, right? To understand why this link is important, consider how humans have evolved over time. Throughout human history, our environments have provided us with essential resources: food, shelter, and information. It's not a surprise then that we've become incredibly attuned to our surroundings. This attunement goes beyond our 5 senses, and it profoundly influences our emotions and well-being. Think about how you feel on a bright and sunny day versus how you feel on a rainy day, how you feel on a spring day surrounded by flowers in bloom and bright colors versus a gray late autumn day. Those are very different feelings. Our moods change with our environment. We've also evolved to pay particular attention to colors and patterns that might be food sources. For example, bright warm colors often signal ripe fruit, so they have the power to stimulate and energize us, making us feel more alert and attentive. Cool colors, by contrast, like blue and green, can be calming, reducing stress, helping us feel more relaxed. Patterns, in particular those found in nature, have been found to support human health and well-being. There's even an early study showing that patients in hospital rooms with views towards nature recover faster and need less pain medication than those with views towards a brick wall. So light, colors, shapes, and patterns have always influenced how we feel, and we've paid selective attention to them based on what was most likely to help us survive. So it's no surprise then that we continue to pay attention to the shapes, colors, and patterns around us today, and the objects we choose to surround ourselves with have the power to influence our emotions. Now, can we create designs that help us feel a particular emotion, like joy? The author, Ingrid Lee, seems to think so, and in her book she shares 10 joy-inducing aesthetics. Whichever resonates with you really depends on your personal experiences and psychology, but for the purpose of this video, I have selected 3 that resonate with me. Number 1 on my favorite list is abundance. To understand abundance, not that I can pronounce it, but to understand abundance, picture the sensory delight of a flower market or a colorful candy store or the bustling atmosphere of a carnival. This is abundance, a design philosophy that celebrates a richness of details, colors, sounds, and textures, bringing a generous and full feeling to our spaces. The abundance aesthetic is therefore not about material accumulation, but about sensorial richness. How might a home with the abundance aesthetic look like? The first feature of these spaces is a love for a rich color palette. Neutrals are out, and strong reds, purples, greens, and blues are in. The colors don't just stop on the walls, they are equally matched by colorful floors and ceilings. Large, colorful paintings or murals add a sense of generosity to the space. There's also a love of patterns, and one pattern is never enough to create a sense of abundance. Bold, dense patterns are applied to wallpapers, upholstery, throws, pillows, and rugs to create a sense of fullness. Decorative moldings are also used to add richness to the space. Whether for walls, crown moldings, or baseboards, moldings add detail and depth to the space. Textural variety. There's also a richness in what can be felt with our sense of touch through the room. Various materials and fabrics are incorporated around the room to add interest and variety, making the entire experience a luxurious one. Central to these spaces is an eclectic mix of furniture where different styles and eras converge to tell a unique story. This could mean pairing an antique desk with a modern chair, or setting a quaint cabinet against a contemporary backdrop. The result is a sense of fullness, history, and a sense of personal touch that makes the space truly one's own. In essence, adopting abundance in design is about crafting spaces that are not just seen but felt, offering a continuous discovery of delight and a celebration of life's fullness. Renewal. The aesthetic of Renewal can be similar to the previous one in that it incorporates strong colors and patterns, but what really differentiates it is that it is inspired by nature. This aesthetic is about freshness and revival, seeing new growth or beginnings. It's the sense of rejuvenation and new possibilities that come from change. In spaces embodying renewal, you'll encounter an abundant use of floral motifs and natural elements, not just as a living decor, but also woven into the fabric of the space through wallpaper, art, and textiles that celebrate floral abundance. But it's not just about what you see, it's also about the shapes and forms that define these spaces. Architecture and furniture take their cues from the natural world, incorporating sinuous curves and organic shapes that mimic natural forms. Imagine curved ceilings, cozy nooks that offer refuge like a nest, and furniture that echoes the gentle forms of flowers or leaves. Lighting fixtures, too, might take on the shapes of flowers or leaves, casting a soft light into the room. The connection with nature goes beyond the room's boundaries. It extends to how the space interacts with the surrounding natural environment. Large windows and skylights are common features designed to maximize the views to nature and allow for plenty of natural light and fresh air. Sustainability plays a critical role in the Renewal aesthetic too. It's about choosing materials that not only bring the outdoors in, but also respect the environment. This can mean opting for decor made from reclaimed wood, investing in solid wood furniture that stands the test of time, or selecting other eco-friendly materials that minimize the space's ecological footprint. These choices reflect a commitment to renewal, not just in design, but in how we live and interact with our planet. The final aesthetic that I find joyful is play. Even decor can have a sense of humor, and one can achieve that through fun and whimsical elements. Play is about surprise and delight in the unexpected. A fundamental symbol of this playful aesthetic is the circle, a shape that evokes joy across the animal kingdom due to its harmless, rolling nature. This universal appeal of the circle, with its soft curves and absence of sharp edges, translates into interior design as a motif that encourages lightheartedness and fun. Decorative items resembling bowls or featuring rounded edges are central to crafting spaces that breathe playfulness. In the realm of play, there's a special appreciation for the cute aesthetic, or the kawaii as it's called in the Japanese culture. This style celebrates the charm of the whimsical through objects adorned with zoomorphic features, playful googly eyes, soft textures, and gentle pastel hues. These elements work together to craft an environment that is not only visually appealing, but emotionally engaging, offering a sense of comfort and joy. Novelty lighting fixtures and quirky accessories serve as a conversation starter, adding a whimsical twist that illuminates the space with humor and personality. Architecture can foster a playful atmosphere through structural elements that inspire movement and interaction. Rows of rounded corners and floor plans that encourage exploration reflect a commitment to creating dynamic and engaging spaces. Such designs invite inhabitants to move freely, discover new perspectives, and find joy in the unexpected contours of their environment. In sum, the play aesthetic in interior design is a philosophy that champions creativity, flexibility, and the joy of discovery. By incorporating elements that surprise, delight, and invite interaction, spaces can transcend the ordinary, becoming environments where joy and playfulness are an integral part of the daily life. I'd like you to take a moment and reflect on these three aesthetics. Which one speaks to you the most? Begin with small, manageable changes that align with your personal joy triggers. And if you want to explore more aesthetics, you should absolutely check out the book Joyful, The Surprising Power of Ordinary Things to Create Extraordinary Happiness. I have left both links to the book and to Ingrid Petal-Lee's website in the description. And if you enjoyed this video, you will love my video Color, Space Simplification Without Decluttering.